Hello everyone, welcome to another video by Totality Education. Today we will be doing tenses, a topic in English, which is like new again. So, shall we get started with tenses? As we all know, there are three types of tenses: present, past, and future. Tense doesn't means nothing but time. So present, past, and future are the three different times. Present is now, past is like finished, gone, and future is upcoming. We all know this. This is the basics. So we can this is the means of time. There's another way where we can classify tenses. I will show it to you now. So the other way of classifying is there on your screen right now. Simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. So I will be showing the structures of each of the following. So basically, what is it? Yeah. So basically, in simple, we use verb form 1, like we won. In continuous, we won plus ing. In perfect, we use v3. In perfect continuous, we use words such as have, had, or has, and with been, actually been, and v3 form. So we use all of these for the simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Now we're gonna join these with present, past, and future. So it will be something like present, simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous, and so on. So if we count in that way, we will have 12 tenses in total. Like if we take it in a broader way, we'll have 12 tenses. I will put them all on your screen now. Just take a look. So these are all the tenses which are there in English. I'll just read them. I'll just read it all out so that you can get a good sense of it. Simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. Simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous. Simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. So these are the 12 tenses in English. I will be showing you the sentence structure for each of these. Let's start off with simple present. So let's start off with simple present. So let's start off with present. So let's see. I'll take a pen. So simple present, its structure is very simple. Now there'll always be subject and object in the end. So we'll just fill out the gaps between them. So over here it's very simple, like subject plus verb v1 plus object. Now that's your simple present. This is kind of not that very good and understandable. I'll just make it as a formula. Subject plus verb plus object. Now this object over here is optional. So subject plus verb. I'll give you an example. I run. I is the subject and run is the verb, and I have not included an object. That's totally fine in English. We all know that rule, right? Now let's move on to present continuous. Now present continuous, it would be subject plus v1 plus ing plus object. So over here we need to add a few words. I forgot to include that. So subject plus is or am or are, v1 plus ing plus object. So you have to use these words, otherwise the sentence wouldn't make sense. So if I give you an example, I am running, then if I so I used am over here because I'm using I. Now instead of that, I say I running. That doesn't make any sense. The sentence itself is wrong. So you have to use I am running. So these words are important. You should include them whenever they ask you the structure of present continuous or any other form for that matter. So for present perfect, subject plus has or have plus I must say has or have plus v3 plus object. For example, I had ran outside. So I have, oh wait, the sentence was wrong. I have ran outside, or he has ran outside. So subject is I or he, and we have used a word has and have. So the V3 is the past participle, I think. So that would be ran. Now, as we all know, in the verb forms, we have like V1, V2, V3, and V4. I think there's V5 too, and that's like the S at the ending. It looks like a 5. Um, so so that's like the thing. So sorry for the messages. My friend was texting me. So let's see. I has or have plus V3, bruh. Uh, Subject plus has or have. Oh my god, I gotta. Okay, I'm back. Let's continue. I'm really sorry about that. So subject, now let's move on to present perfect continuous. So this is like a mix of this one, a mix of perfect and continuous. So that would be subject plus has or have. My handwriting is so bad. Plus been, like this is an extra word you want to add, otherwise the sentence is gonna sound bad. Plus v plus ing plus object. This object is again optional. Now I'll go with the same example. I have been running outside. So that is an example of a present perfect continuous sentence. I have been running. He has been running. So it is perfect because we're using has or have, and it is continuous because we are using verb. The verb form is in ing. So that sounds correct. Now if we don't add been in the middle, this word been, then it would sound wrong. Like he has running outside. He has running outside. That doesn't make sense, right? So we need to add been. Sometimes we can omit been, but that's not always advised. So I have been running. That's present perfect continuous. Now let's move on to the next tense. Past. So that'll be like simple past, past continuous, past perfect, and past perfect continuous. So talking about past. So let's start with simple past. It's almost like the same as simple present. Subject plus um, subject plus v3 plus I mean not ing plus object. I ran. This object is optional. Um, I'll just erase that so you won't get confused. I ran. He ran. So that's an example of simple past. I'm just using ran. You're gonna get bored. I'll use a different example. He drank. He drove. So that's like an example of simple past. So it's a very simple structure. Now let's move on to past continuous. So subject plus was or were plus v plus ing plus object ing. Yes. Subject plus was or were plus ing plus object. It's object again optional. I'm not gonna repeat it again because I'll just write it here. Optional. O is optional. Now this O means object, okay? So now past continuous. Subject, which let's take an example. I was swimming in the water. The in the water would be the object. I was swimming, or I was swimming in the water. So that's like an example of past perfect continuous. I was swimming, I was drinking, I was walking, they were running, they were eating, they were going to the college, they were going to school. So that those there are so many examples of every type. Like, it depends on how much you think of a sentence and how much you know the structure to give an example to these uh, you know top extenses. So now let's move on to past perfect. That would be subject. Okay, subject plus had plus have will not come here. Okay, it'll be only had. I had drank. They had played, like that. So V3 plus object. Object is optional. I said it again. So subject plus had plus V3 plus object. I had played in the ground. I had played football. They had gone to college. They had they had chopped down a tree. They had studied for their exams. So so those could be the examples of subject of a past perfect. Now let's move on to past perfect continuous. So again, it's a mix of past perfect and past continuous. Why did I click that again? So subject plus had, again plus been, which is important, plus we plus ing plus object. Now subject um, would be I, he, they, she, it, etc., etc. All the pronouns and names you have would be the subject. So they had been walking outside, they had been running outside, they had been preparing for their exams, they had been studying, they had been watching my channel. So there are so many examples. So you could write it, if you know that the structure properly, you can form any kind of sentence. So make sure you know the structure properly. Um, Now let's move on to future tense. Now let's move on to future. As you can see, I have kind of typed that the object is optional, so it'll be a lot easier for you to read. Now let's move on to simple future. I've missed an N here. Yes. So simple future, future continuous, future perfect, and future perfect continuous. So simple future is again very simple. Subject plus subject plus will or shall, which is not used nowadays, plus will or shall plus V1. I will go plus object. I will go to the mall. I will go to the mall tomorrow. Time, you can add time if you want. I will go to the mall at 6 o'clock. I will go to the shop tomorrow, etc. Time, you can add it if you want or not. If you don't add time, it will sound like I will go to the mall. That's it. Like, it's not necessary. Or yeah. So that is simple future. Now let's go to future continuous. So I will subject plus will or shall plus be plus v plus ing. I will be playing. I will playing. That doesn't make sense, right? So that's why we have to add this word be over here. So I will be playing. I will be playing tomorrow. I will be coming tomorrow. That's future continuous because the verb is in ing form. Next, let's move to future perfect. So that would be subject plus will have. Okay, wait. Will have or shall have. I'm not gonna write that, it's gonna take too much time. Shall have plus, you know what? I just got an idea. This is so hard for you guys to read. I'll put in a text. Why didn't I get this idea a little sooner? So it'll be subject plus will have or shall have, will have or shall have plus v plus, no, v3 actually, yeah, v3. So this is the, okay, yeah, this is the structure for future perfect. Subject plus will have plus shall have plus v3, like plus object, yeah, plus object. So it would, so if you take it in a sentence, it would be, I will have played tomorrow. I will have played by now. I will have eaten by now if this didn't happen. So like you can make sentences like that. That is future perfect. It's not much commonly used right now, but it's good to remember its structure. I'll I'll duplicate this. Doesn't work. Yes. Now I'll change. Now let's move on to future perfect continuous. So that will be subject plus will. Why did I cut it off? Will have or shall have plus been plus v1 plus ing. So that is the structure for future perfect continuous. I will have been playing. I will have been playing by now. I will have been playing by this time tomorrow. I will have been in Mumbai by this time tomorrow. I will have been in Canada by this time tomorrow. So it's like it also is not used very common, but it is still used, but not very common. So these are the structures of future perfect. Now I will type all of the structures again on the slide so that you can take a screenshot and try to remember it. Also, I will also tell you an easy way to remember all of these, you know, structures really quick and easy. So stay tuned to know that. So yeah, I'll. So you can see all the structures and the tenses on your screen. The orange color is the structure of each of the following tenses. So you can see that there are 12 tenses, and for each 12 tenses I have given each 12 structures. The object is optional. I told it again, object is optional, but subject is compulsory. So take a screenshot of this so you can have it whenever you want and try and learn it. And I'll give you an easy method to learn all of these structures. Just you gotta remember an example for each of these sentences. Right now I have typed everything in front of you just like that. I don't even have a book in front of me. It's because I know the sentences. So like I play. So the structure is I, which is the subject, and play, which is V1. That's for simple present. So according to that, you can go on making all the tenses. You can take down this in a notebook and give one example for each. Try to make it the same, like I play for simple present, and I am playing for simple continuous, and I have played for present perfect, so on and so forth. If you make it like that, you'll know how to make the sentences and how to do it, and you'll also remember the structure, so you don't have to I've made a spelling mistake here again. So you don't have to, you know, struggle with making the tense, the structure, or finding any difficulty with identifying the tense. So make sure you take a screenshot of this. I will leave 2 seconds for you. So I hope you have taken a screenshot. I hope you have taken a screenshot. Thank you for watching my video, everyone. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. If you want, I will in the next video, if you want a continuation for this, I will give you examples for each of them, and I'll make you and I'll help you take a screenshot for this, like I have told, the tense name, the structure, and a sentence below it. So I'll prepare that, and I will put a screenshot in the description below if you want it. Comment down below if you want it. So that's all I have to say about this video. Like, share, and subscribe once more, and I will see you in my next video. Also, a reminder, I have changed my channel name. It's Totality Education. So just so you remember it. This is the last time I'll be changing the name, by the way. Thank you. Bye.